Hello, lovely people, and welcome to Philanthropic February, day 25. Can't believe there's only 3 days of February left. It's been a busy and crafty one, that's for sure. I was so tired when I got home from work earlier. I'm glad I'm feeling a bit more awake now. I worked this morning and then I had to go and get gas in my car, aka petrol, for you people in the UK, and had to go buy food. By the time I got home, I just wanted to lie down on this couch and have a nap. So I had a caffeinated tea instead and had a little bit of a brain break. And then we had dinner. And then I had a Google Meet meeting. What we used to call Zoom meetings, but it's not Zoom, right? So I had my meeting and that took about 45 minutes. And I am now ready to start painting my toadstool birdhouse. So here she is, looking very lovely. I think all that glue should hold the cracked part on. It's looking okay. So I think when I paint over that damaged bit, it probably won't show. But if it does, it'll just add to the charm, right? I don't know what else I'll have time for tonight. It's getting pretty late. And as I say, I don't have a lot of energy. But I'd like to at least get something done. And depending on how long this mushroom takes, I'll see how long it takes. I'm not sure if it's going to turn out very well because I am not an artist by any means. When it comes to painting and drawing, I always say my skill level is preschool. So maybe what I will do, it'd be nice if you could have like a side view of what I'm doing. So I'll probably stick the camera on this teeny tiny tripod here and try and give you a decent view of what I am doing. Okay, I'm using the wide angle view so that you don't miss anything. Now, am I going to do this as a classic sort of mushroom color, or am I going to do it as something even wackier? Maybe I'll start out with these leafy bits at the bottom. I think it's going to be pretty bright. Now, in the green department, I have apple tart and holiday green. I think I've got any other greens there. Maybe we'll go with a lighter one. Oh, I haven't used any of this yet. It's still sealed up. Now, I shouldn't knock the microphone tonight because I've got it attached to the little tripod and not attached to me. I also got a bit of hand cream on, and I'm thinking if I touch this with hand cream on, it might affect the sticking ability of the paint. Try not to handle it too much. Oh, I think I'm going to need a smaller paintbrush than this. Now, let's get this off too. This paper tag doesn't need to be on here anymore. All right. If this looks absolutely terrible, I have no one to blame but myself. Don't think I need to do any sort of undercoat. These things are usually sold. Well, not these particular things, but at Michael's they sell little kits of ceramic items with tiny pots of paint, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty basic acrylic paint. Yeah, that's cute. I think what I should probably try and do is keep it looking nice and springy. Because we're not quite to spring yet, but we're getting there. And my slow stitching makes me think of spring with all the pinks and greens. Well, that's given me an idea. How about if I were to do a pink toadstool instead of a red one? There's an idea. Don't know if you can see where the bumpy bits are, but I'm just painting the parts that are raised around the edge here that look like they should be grass. Yes, it's been very mild here today. I think it was 10 degrees when I came home. It was windy though. I was standing at the gas station obviously filling up my car, as one does, and I had not put my coat on to leave work. And it was windy and I was shivering. I'm glad to say my car tank is full and my fridge is now full, so all is well with the world. Whoops. I overshot that one a bit, but what I can do is I can always paint over that when I do the stem of the mushroom. So if I felt like I was confident enough to embellish this more, it would be lovely to have little bugs and bees and things on it, wouldn't it? I don't know if I've got the ability to make that look good. I really don't. Two of my kids are out of town tonight. They both work for the same company and they had to go to one of the small towns in British Columbia where they're doing a job today. And they're staying overnight and they're doing a job at another small town tomorrow, and then they'll be driving home. The driving conditions shouldn't be too bad. We've had a pretty mild winter. Hopefully they'll be fine. Going a little bit over the base of this, so yeah, hopefully it won't stick to anything. I'm going to put it on this placemat afterwards, and I'm pretty sure it won't matter if it dries to it a little bit. I can peel it off when it's dry tomorrow. I'm thinking now maybe I'll do it in Easter egg colours. Check what I've got over there. Oh yeah, I see a very nice pink right there. And I've got a yellow. Okay, the green is done. I did overshoot in a couple of places. I think it'll be okay. I can always paint over that in another colour. Well, I had quite a bit of that green left over, so let's see if I can try and scoop it back into the bottle. Right, now if I want to do springy colours, that aqua would be lovely. I've got light pink. Ooh, those two are very similar. Ocean Breeze is actually even lighter, so maybe let's check that out. I have a white for lighting things up, a bright yellow. So I'm going to leave that bottom part alone so that this can dry. I'm not going to do the rest of the stem yet. So maybe I'll start on the cap. I'm going to need quite a bit of this. Now there's a few raised bumps here, obviously for usually the white parts of a mushroom. They probably won't end up being white at this rate. And then there's a raised line around it. But I don't know, I think whoops. Yikes. I just made a mess of the base of my mushroom because I put it on the mat where there was already some paint. Should have done that. going to slide it over. I'm going to put it on a cleaner part of the mat. There. All right. Okay, I think I can use a bigger brush for this because there's quite a lot more area to cover. Oh, this is lovely. So I'm really not sure how I'm going to use the blue and the yellow, because this pink is going to be the cap. What am I going to use for the stem? Getting streaks. I'll just go around the edge, but not try and get too far over the edge. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the green and the pink dry, and then tomorrow I'll do some more. So what I'll probably do tomorrow is this section here, and then put a second coat onto the grass and the cap, and then hopefully get the dots done. There's a bit of a lump there. Not perfect by any means. No need to leave a comment to tell me I missed a bit. I know. I know it's not perfect. All right, that's going to be adorable, isn't it? And I just touched my pink paint. Never mind, it's going to have a second coat. Seeing as that didn't take anywhere near as long as I thought it was going to, let's move on to the butterfly craft. These are what I made yesterday. They are paper butterflies on bendy wire from a wall calendar that I took apart. And what I was thinking is to make a clay base to stick them into. And now for the moment of truth, and let's see if this clay that hasn't been touched in a really long time is still usable. Let's hope so. This is Fimo Air. Okay, it is the same one as the one I got last time. Good. Yep, it's the white. Right. Oh, it's good. There's a slightly dry flake there, but mostly it's perfect. Okay, so what I want to do is make some sort of blob, hopefully a decorative blob, that I can stick my butterfly wires into and have it dry with them embedded in it. And then what I can do when it's dry is I can paint it with my acrylics. Very satisfying. This is it's very, very similar to the clay that I have made, like what I would call proper ceramics with. I have this lid that I Mod Podged or decoupaged a long time ago. I didn't enjoy that. Maybe I was doing it wrong, because I'd like to have another go, and I think I would enjoy it more now. Because I really enjoyed that collage I did with my friends the other day, the big jigsaw puzzle pieces. That was a lot of fun. So that's not very decorative, is it? That's quite a bit of clay. It'll probably take a week to dry. I don't know, maybe not a week, but maybe 3 days at least. I just think it would be rather fun to put a little toadstool right in the middle, or maybe a group of them, if I can figure out how to do it. You just need a little stem. Probably should use a teeny bit of water. I've got some mucky paint water here, so that's going to have to do. A little bit of water and then stick it in the middle. Oh. And then a little cap. Well, that was easier than I thought. You see that? My little mushroom right in the middle there. Make another one. That could potentially be a very fiddly painting job later on. Trying to get in and around those little tiny mushrooms. I hope it sticks because I can't press it down too hard. Because I love doing things in odd numbers. Of course, I haven't got an odd number of butterflies. I've got 6. But that's because I had 2 pieces of wire, didn't I? And I cut each one into 3. I ended up with 6 butterflies. Trying to make sure it's stuck down here. Well, I hope that works out. There's a little tiny group of 3 mushrooms in there now. Very wonky little mushrooms. Well, it's always a good evening when you can get a little bit messy, isn't it? A little bit of painting, a little bit of playing with clay. Yeah, this is going to look very, very basic and definitely not as arty-farty as it would if someone with a lot more talent did it. But heck, I had fun, and that's what counts. Don't feel that you can only do something if you're good at it, because if you don't do it, you'll never get good at it, will you? That's it for tonight. What day is it tomorrow? Thursday. Okay, I'm working the afternoon. So hopefully I will get enough time to do some more crafty stuff, get some more painting done, check out how my clay is drying, maybe do some slow stitching, maybe pick up the knitting project that seems to have stalled the last couple of days because I've been distracted by other things. But that's okay. It'll all get done in the end. I rarely have an unfinished project because I like to finish things. I'm a finisher. A project person rather than a process person, usually. That's not to say I haven't unraveled a couple of projects in my time, but mostly I'm a finisher. So I'll see you again tomorrow with more fun, crafty stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.